Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. I'm back again today with Papa, and we are going into season 2, episode 2 of Welcome to Plathville.
Hello, y'all.
And this episode was a little bit slower, which I thought was kind of nice because there's always so much nonsense in every episode that I thought it was nice to have one where nobody's crying.
Well, Olivia did cry.
True. Damn it.
So you have to take,
I have to take it off the board.
Olivia
Okay.
did cry a little bit, because of course
Yeah,
it's her wedding
everything.
thing for a month, and that gives her a reason to be mean to Ethan.
We'll get there. We'll get
Yeah.
there. So it starts out with that weird photo shoot with Helena in the hotel room.
Yeah, with Micah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Micah and Helena, and I'm just like, it seems very forced.
Don't you think that's a weird name for a woman these days, Helena?
Well, it might be something weird like Helen. She
Yeah.
hates her name, so her modeling name is
Yeah.
Helena.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's
Maybe her name is Helen Alice, and it's just she's Helen Hayes.
It's weird to have a woman's name being Helen this day and age.
Well, I don't know. But I thought it was just a very weird feeling energy with the photo shoot.
Yeah.
The only guy in the room that seemed to know what he was doing was a photographer,
Yeah.
and he certainly didn't seem like he wanted to be there.
No, he did not.
But I mean, don't get me wrong, they're good-looking kids, but it was just weird. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's really gone off the deep end here really quick.
You think so?
Micah has, yeah. I think he's actually gone more overboard than Mariah, and I expected the opposite. I expected Mariah to be more overboard and more out there, than Micah. But Mariah seems to be like she even made dinner later on in the episode for her sister.
Well, and we're gonna get there. But
Yeah.
the next,
I'm just saying, Micah seems out there. That's my opinion. He seems like he's wild.
they
He-
make
he's-
him.
he must
They're
be
making him kind of seem that way. I think that's the way they're just trying to figure out what character they're gonna give everybody.
How about let him be himself?
But you know how those reality TV shows are. Everybody's got to have a character. And then Barry tries to give Isaac the talk.
I felt uneasy on my recliner watching this episode. Watching that part, I felt bad for Isaac. It's like you can't.
And you can tell why Kim, right before the Ethan's wedding, ran up to him and was like, "Hey, I think I know what kind of talk your dad gave you, so here's the real story."
If he even gave him a talk.
Right? And so I understand maybe the timing was terrible, but I mean, I think maybe she was trying to help. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're both awkward about sex talks. That's all I gotta say. For making 10 kids in 20 some years, like 22 years, I think what it is.
Yeah, 22 years, yeah.
And not understand how to give the mechanical sex act talk to a young adult. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know.
And Isaac, I probably later on he'll get wild, whatever, but as of right now, I don't think he needs that talk right now. And Ben, they try to force it, because it flashed back to that talk with Micah and saying, "Can you please raise my siblings better than this or whatever?" Not in those words, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Then now Barry's trying to force it. It's not something that you can.
Especially on camera. I mean, I think that's why it felt so fucking awkward.
Yeah.
Because it was on camera. Like, if you had that talk with your son in private, I think perhaps it would have gone a lot more smoothly. But on camera, they have to be very, very careful what they say and, like, what they actually, like, show because of, whatever.
I think they probably want to put it on air just to show it for the storyline purposes.
Exactly.
So.
I don't know. I just thought that's why it was. I mean, I would be awkward if I had to give my, 14-year-old or 15-year-old to talk and, there was a camera in our face and it's going to be for the entire world to see.
Yeah.
That would make it awkward no matter who you are. I don't know.
Yeah, Isaac could not wait to get back the tree chopping.
Yeah, he was like, I just thought we came out here to chop down some trees and I got ambushed.
So we know they're not tree huggers, right?
Well, when you have that much property, at some point you have
You
to
have to.
keep.
Yeah, well, they're putting in a pool. I thought he said he was putting in a pool.
Is that what they were doing?
I think so. They have,
I will fully admit, I was kind of a little bit distracted working on another project while I was trying to rewatch this episode to refresh it all in my mind and make notes. Um,
and this
but then,
episode was slow, by the way. So,
I thought that, um, Ethan trying to make that the first meal he ever made for Olivia, tried to make her breakfast because he knew she had been up late working on her. I don't know what this new rebranding thing she claims to be doing over COVID. Well, I guess that'll play out more later. But her face, it was instead of being taken a 15-minute break, which we all need one, especially when you're tired. Get a coffee, chat with the husband, eat the breakfast that he's lovingly trying to make you, or maybe even doing it together and make it like a little, sweet thing or whatever. But no, she sits there with these ugly looks on her face, basically sneering at him, and because he doesn't know how to cook. Well, you married him knowing he don't know how to cook. That's why when you went away for a couple days,
anything at all, even a period.
remember when she took Mariah to California and she had to leave a microwave dinners for him because he has no clue how to cook.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't understand who you think is you're dealing with now. And I mean, the very first episode, she was saying, oh yeah, he doesn't cook. Is it still funny? Is it still amusing?
Yeah, I think the honeymoon year two.
Yep.
I think the honeymoon phase is wearing off on her.
Oh yeah.
She's done her duty with him.
And she straight up says he's annoying. I love him, but he's annoying sometimes. And yes, we are all that way sometimes, but
you have to work at it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just sit there and sneer at your spouse. I don't care how tired you are. He's
only 22. Only 22.
And I'm just like, wait 20 years in and you're hearing the same the same story or whatever for the 18,000th time, and you're like, yes, that's amazing.
See, now, guys usually don't know anything about a woman's period. Okay?
You certainly didn't.
When they're younger. No, of course I did, because I had a brother, and of course, my mom
never talked about any. Your parents were very much like them when it came to informing their own children of anything.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as that goes, but in this day and age, you would think men would know more.
You still don't know that much. Are you talking about the younger generation?
Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, I know for a fact that even now, when our children were in high school, which was not that, it's just a few years ago, they had a kind of like a puberty and hygiene thing for each gender. They took the boys one way and the girls one way, and gave them their own, basically a diagram of their own reproductive stuff and how it works and why things are happening, growing hair and all the things that puberty happens, and they give the girls the period talk. And then until you get to high school and you take like the higher health class, and they don't really discuss sex and all that stuff in high schools. And if they do, you have to get a written permission thing from your parents. So you will know if your kids are taking that class. So, I mean, they really don't, unless the parents are doing it, it's not the school's job to educate your kids about sex.
Of course, I'm talking about public school, you learn it. Anyway, regardless.
Well, I mean, from the other students, which is
yes, what I'm talking
90% wrong information.
I'm talking about the teachers.
Right. No, I get you.
I'm talking about the students, the other fellow students. But he never went to a public school, so he never had that influence on a fellow student or vice versa.
Yeah. And then Kim teaching Lydia to drive, I thought was cute,
He still looks miserable. Kim.
Well, she's got her 3 kids that won't talk to her, and that they moved, and all kinds of stuff's going on. There's a lot of stuff going on that you don't see in episode 2. Just you'll see why she's been unhappy. But um, and she's letting her, practice driving on the way to Mariah's.
Yeah.
And so she allowed Lydia to go unsupervised to Mariah's house.
Hmm.
So I thought that because I mean she knows because Lydia's at an age 15, 16, where that's their kind of cutoff point for like young adulthood.
Yeah.
And so she gets more privileges and more a little less, what do you call it?
Visitation type.
A little less supervision.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. My brain is not working at full cylinder today. So I thought that was nice. What did you think about the book that Kim brought for Mariah?
I thought it was nice. It's kind of like because Mariah's, I guess, in the fashion, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I think maybe an olive branch.
That's what I don't like a little thought gift.
I thought it
Like,
was,
hey,
I thought it was nice.
I saw this and I thought it was what she said. I
Yeah.
saw this and I thought of you. And that's a thought gift. I saw it and I thought of you, so I got it. I think that's very and again, but says again that she understands that she's not ready yet and she's respecting
And that's why
she's respecting Mariah's boundaries.
And that's why she left and then actually walk around the house and
Right. Because she wasn't invited to. And I thought that, like you were saying, the dinner that Mariah made
I thought it was
for
fun.
Lydia was so cute. The little joke beforehand, that was something you would do.
Not anymore, but yeah,
Would you pretend to serve someone cereal that
probably.
came over special after not seeing them for a while, and then, ta-da! I really made you a nice dinner.
Probably many, many years ago, but not now.
You didn't cook back then either.
No, I didn't start cooking until I was out of the house.
No, I'm talking about, well, a steak and all that.
No.
Not at that age, is what I'm
No.
saying. Okay.
Yeah, not at 16, 17.
Yeah, I think
She's
I think
17.
17, yeah. And then Lydia's little crush, her secret man.
Yeah, which we don't know who it is yet. But wasn't somebody from church they were saying?
Yeah, like a church camp maybe, or like something like that.
2 years, but she still has feeling like still.
Yeah, well, she was like 13, 14 years, because she's known him for 3 years, but hasn't seen him in 2. So,
but Mariah and him been texting back and forth.
yeah, because I guess she's friends with his sisters. And
Well, yeah, no,
and
he texted her to see how.
yeah. And then, but what do you think that Kim and Barry's reaction will be?
Oh, I don't know. I think Barry will probably be a little bit more open-minded. Maybe Kim too because it's Lydia. They both know that Lydia's got a good head on her shoulders. So, I think they'll be shocked because Lydia's so private.
Yeah.
But
Did you notice that Mariah called Lydia? She said she's so secretive.
Mm-hmm.
So does that make you wonder if maybe there's a little more that meets the eye?
No.
Really?
No, I think Lydia is who she is.
Okay. Okay, and
I know you know different because you're up to date, but yeah.
No, I'm asking questions that I think are interesting.
At this point in time, I think she is who she is.
But it was nice that they showed how highly that her siblings think of her.
Yeah.
Saying that, whoever gets her is going to be very, very lucky, and all that. So I think that's really nice that, even though they don't think of her near as much as she does of them, they do care about her and I think they respect her,
Yeah.
And then we get back to Ethan's obsessions, motorcycles and old cars.
I think he's gonna.
Sorry, y'all. We had to check on our old guy Rascal, making sure he's okay. But Ethan's, obsession, his passion for the old cars and motorcycles.
I did like that motorcycle.
Do you see Ethan as a motorcycle guy?
No, I do not. Not right now at this point in time. Maybe down the road, because I've seen some things, and stuff
You
like
can't
that.
help but see.
Yeah, because
ads.
yeah, exactly. They do have issues down the line, but as of right now, I do not see him being a motorcycle guy.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's not gonna like work on motorcycles and stuff like that, but as far as wearing leather chaps and a helmet and everything,
Joining the gang.
Being a son of the anarchy, I guess I don't see him doing that.
No, probably not that.
That was Angel.
Oh my goodness. And then Mariah's first date with another motorcycle.
And that motorcycle looked familiar. It looked like kind of looked like Ethan's at first, I thought. But the guy did look familiar.
Y- To you?
Yes, like he's been in a movie or something before.
Really?
Maybe he hasn't. Maybe he just has that look. But
Do you think he's just an actor that
like the Blair Witch type thing, that stuff's fake, and then, they see him one time and you don't see him again. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's this looks like another actor. I don't know, but he looks familiar.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, well, we'll have to maybe do some looking into that.
yeah.
Um, I think she's very cute about the way that she goes about the date. She's very excited. I mean, and again, she's only a year or so behind what normal girls I think would be doing, like real dating.
See,
Like our kids had to be 16 before they were allowed to date.
she wants her life, all right. She wants to live that life, but she doesn't want to live that life. So I'm saying she's not like Micah. Micah's already out there. He's ready to go full bore on this with the modeling and everything.
Yeah.
Mariah is not. She's more hesitant. She's more, I guess, aware. I think
Cautious.
cautious. Exactly. So I think when I thought Mariah was gonna be like the full bore. I didn't see this coming out. I didn't see the opposite.
I'm gonna tell you something. This has been a gut feeling of mine since I first started watching.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the rebellious part of Mariah is only skin deep. She thinks that by looking shocking things with her hair or her makeup or her clothes, that she's gonna find out who really quote unquote accepts her.
Yeah.
But I think she's finding out that the people that look at you and appreciate you and want you just because of the hair and the makeup and the clothes are the ones that you don't want in your life.
Yeah.
The ones that you want in your life, the ones that love you, whether you got, something on from head to toe or nothing on at all. And I think for her, it's just a way, again, to be different from the way she grew up, and to express herself, but also to, I think at first it was a way to like see, oh, who's going to accept me? I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to shock everybody, but it's only skin deep. I think inside in her heart, she's still a more morally conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Not completely, obviously, but I think in her heart, she's always going to come back to that, to how she grew
Her
up.
roots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my gut feeling opinion on it. Not just from what I saw this far. That's what I feel. What do you think?
No, I agree. For what I mean, you've seen further. From what I've seen up to this point, she's showing me that she's a little bit more mature on her own. I think the whole cereal thing, or joke thing, and then she made macaroni and cheese and a steak, and that was actually the first part was a joke.
Yeah.
But then when she actually made a dinner for her sister, a real dinner, I thought
she says she was cooking for the cook.
That shows maturity on.
I think so too. I agree very much. Now, Ethan and Olivia are always talking about their troubles in their marriage. They've only been married
2 years.
less than 2 years now, and most of that time has been them fighting. Either her against the family or parents or whoever, and her family, and like now it's her and him because they don't have those other people to fight with anymore.
I don't understand what Olivia's issues are, because Ethan seems like, at least on camera, seems a happy-go-lucky type. At this point in time.
I agree.
I don't know what happens later. But at this point in time, he seems like a happy-go-lucky, just go with the flow type of guy. All right? She does not. She seems like a high maintenance
narcissist.
Has to be in charge all the time. Exactly. She seems a total opposite of what Ethan is. But so and he wouldn't do anything for her. In fact, he's done anything for her. He left his family for her.
And she said that she feels that Ethan never stood up for her. And in my opinion, their big complaint is that one episode or that one moment in the driveway where Barry says, "Do you think you have some blind spots maybe about character things?" And we all do, but they took that as some sort of, he could have called it the Whore of Babylon and it would have been nicer.
I don't think that was a bad thing that he said. I mean, not
I don't either.
Not like a Whore of Babylon type thing to say.
I'm saying, according to them, that's the worst thing he could have said. And I don't understand it. And I wish I could understand it, because maybe in their culture, the way they grew up or whatever, maybe that meant something awful. I don't know. But I mean,
the parents aren't on their knees bowing down to her.
Yeah, kissing the ass and change. Oh, we'll change our entire way of life and our belief system for you, and overnight, whatever you want, Olivia.
Yeah, this is all. I mean, I'm never gonna stick up for Olivia ever, because she's already ruined. You know, unless you know somebody beats her up or whatever like that, you know, and that was nothing. She did nothing. That's the only way I would stick up for her. But
I felt kind of sad for Ethan, but it also shows the lighter side of him. When he's like, I enjoy working on my cars because when I'm working on them, like, I can go and buy a manual and she'll show me exactly how to fix things. And when I fix it, it's fixed. You know, there's no more issues with it. He goes, but he said that Olivia didn't come with an owner's manual, and he laughed. And he goes, but I'm going to keep working on our marriage. And I'm like, you work so hard, dude. Like, that's all you guys ever talk about. Like, where's the fun?
I don't understand. Less than 2 years on marriage, what is it to work on? Okay,
especially when you've known each other for like 4 years before that,
and they're young. Okay, what is it to work on? Okay, you live by yourselves.
Yep.
Right.
You evidently don't have any family influence.
You have nobody to interfere with anything. It's just you. It's just the two of them. So what is it to work on? There's no other woman involved. There's no other man involved. At least not on screen. I mean, is there another man and woman, you know, friend wise, that's involved that's not on the screen? I mean, I doubt it, because if it was, it'd be on the screen.
Probably, yeah. My last thought on this was, at some point, I think it was whenever Ethan was making her breakfast, and he said something about how to make something. I don't remember. And she goes, "This is why we don't have kids yet." And I'm like, number one, I can see Ethan wanting children because he loves his brothers and sisters. And, you know, he wants to have kids with his wife. But she's the one that won't do it. And so I think that was kind of a kick in the teeth at him.
This isn't a long-term solution for her.
And they kind of, like, they say these things and they gloss over them. But I pick up on those little things, because it's those little things that mean more than the stuff that they're talking about on the interview sessions.
You know, it's already in season 5 and people know what's going to happen, right? If this wasn't season 5 and everybody was still on season 2, episode 2,
yeah,
I would already be calling that marriage ain't going to last.
So that's your prediction?
Yeah, it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler.
Oh, well, I mean, I try to keep you. That's why I'm like, we have to hurry up and do this.
But yes, that's my prediction.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. Even though we're like a couple years behind here, but it's okay. We're catching up quick. All right, guys, come back and see us next time when we are on season 2, episode 3 of Welcome to Plathville. Y'all be safe out there. Spay and neuter your pets. Use your turn signals.
Use your windshield wipers when it rains.
And please, please be kind. Bye, y'all. Bye.